welcome back to Phenomena, the season finale, might I add, of season 2. I'm your host, Mimi Dibbs. Super exciting. We are wrapping up another season, followed by, of course, a Phenomena episode, as always. And then we'll have a break, and then we'll go into season 3. So exciting. Thank you again for coming back, sticking around. Subscribe to the channel if you want to see more episodes that come out once a week. This week's episode is about the Taos Hum, of which I know nothing. Don't think I've heard of it until I looked up like different phenomena that we could do for the show. But it did keep coming up on like several phenomena lists that I found. So it's got to be good, at least. That's what I'm getting from it. Before we get into today's episode, let's get into Phenomannouncements. The small business that I want to shout out is, I feel like it's a lotto pull. We actually ended up going to this really awesome hotel that I think I'm going to end up shouting out like next week or in the next couple weeks. Ziggy's. It's a small boutique hotel in WeHo. And it's very, very cute. There was this guy there, and he like sells a weed delivery service called Golden Hour Hemp. And he had a business card, so that's cool. I don't know if you can read that, because, yeah, there. Ooh, it says Golden Hour Hemp. It's probably backwards. But if you want weed delivered, his name is Kyle Stefanski. Gwen Stefani? What? Amaze. Golden Hour Hemp. Check him out, because I'm all for weed getting delivered. But of course, enjoy responsibly, as always. I think it's the same as like when people promote alcohol brands. It's like, here's weed at home. You want to relax? Hit Kyle up, man. He'll hook you up. Heck yeah, dude. Yay! Oh, also, last week's episode, the Loch Ness Monster, Miss Nessie herself, I was able to confirm that Lapras was actually based on the Loch Ness Monster, as was Stonejourner for the Stonehenge episode. So I guess I'm like just starting to realize that a lot of the different Pokemon creators like looked to Phenomena for inspiration for a lot of these Pokemon. A lot of them being very on the nose. It's crazy. Like Lapras is apparently like a Plesiosaurus or Plesiosaur. I don't know how to say that. Plesiosaurus? Super fun. I know this one is probably about sound because it's hum, you know, hum. Without further ado, let's get into this week's episode, written by our lovely Jodelle, co-producer, Jodelle. This week's episode is called The Disturbing and Droning Taos Hum. Imagine planning a group ski trip. Ski trip? This is not where I thought this was going. Only to arrive and discover that one member of the group keeps asking if anyone else hears a low droning sound, like something rumbling just beneath the earth. They're even complaining they can't sleep because it's too loud, while the rest of the group hears nothing. If you booked that trip to Taos, New Mexico, ooh, this might be exactly what happens. Stop. No. What? Trust us. You'll want to hear this one, because today we're diving into the mystery of the Taos Hum. See, I knew it had to do with sound, so I feel like it's an auditory Pokemon. Anyway, let's not get ahead of ourselves. Let's get into the lore. The town of Taos, more specifically Taos Pueblo, is tucked into north-central New Mexico. It has been home to the Pueblo people for over 1,000 years. Okay, first of all, I thought Taos sounded like it was in like an Asian country for some reason. I don't know why I read Taos Hum and just assumed it took place in like an Asian country. I don't know why. That's so odd. Or like monks. I just thought of monks. Maybe it's because of the hum and I thought of like the you know what I mean? But nope, New Mexico, Taos Pueblo. Okay. Entonces vamos a hablar español todo este episode. Perfecto. All right. These days, it's known for its beautiful mountains, a popular ski resort, and a mysterious sound no one can explain. Ooh, it's still there? What? Oh my gosh, we can go. We actually passed through New Mexico on our drive from Chicago to Los Angeles, because we moved all of our stuff in a 5x8 trailer. If you ever want to do that, it'll really teach you how to downsize, because we went from like a 2-bedroom condo to like a 5x8 trailer. And we were like, okay, only take the necessities. But we did stop by Albuquerque, New Mexico. Nice. But I haven't been to the rest of New Mexico, so maybe I'll have to check this out. Some believe the hum is a warning meant to drive outsiders away. I wonder if those creatures in a quiet place would avoid Taos completely. Ooh, because of like that's so interesting. Because the constant noise, it's like an alarm system. Dang. Okay. I kind of like it. Others describe it as meditative. See? Oh, like monks. That's what I was thinking. A gift of nature that draws you in. Of nature? Would this be formed naturally? I guess we'll probably read about it in the theories, but I wonder if it has to do with like a volcano, like humming maybe before it erupts. That's just my guess. Maybe I'm clairvoyant. We shall see. Either way, Taos has become a quiet but buzzy destination for celebs and creatives alike. Ooh, I feel like it reminds me of Salt Lake City, Utah, just with the ski resort thing. The Hum first made headlines in early 1990s. Okay, so we're not going as far back as Nessie, 1930s. We're just going back to 1990s, which is crazy because that's still like 30 years ago. Time is a social construct. Time is a flat circle. Anyway, in March of 1992, a local woman named Katanya Saltzman. Katanya's a cool name. Katanya Saltzman wrote a letter to the Taos News describing a deafening sound that disrupted her sleep and her life. Yikes. I think I mentioned this in one of the other episodes, but I have a really weird thing about like auditory stuff. Like I don't like certain sounds really piss me off. Like they're really annoying. And I can't describe why or what they are, but like I just like I don't mess with certain sounds. I don't like them. And I don't know if I'd like this, especially if it was like, if I was hearing it against my will, it would probably drive me nuts. I really, like if I decide I don't like a sound, I can't listen to it anymore. So, wow, this sucks. I'm sorry, Katanya. That's awful. It disrupted her life. That's big. It was the exact opposite of a peaceful mountain life she and her husband had envisioned. Oh, I wonder if it happened like as soon as they moved or like after they moved. Did this start in the 1990s? I guess it was the first time it was reported to like a news. Her complaint opened the floodgates. Other locals who had stayed quiet until then came forward. So many people backed her up that the governor of New Mexico, governor of New Mexico launched an investigation and a team of scientists was assembled. The scientists surveyed residents and found that about 2% of the population could hear the hum. What? I mean, that's one effective way to give everyone a hearing test. Like, can you hear this hum? I wonder if that's now part of the hearing test. Was it a low hum? I need to know what frequency this is at. It had to have been either super high or super low, right? If only 2% of the population could hear it. These folks, now dubbed hearers, oh my God, this really is like The Quiet Place, had sensitive equipment set up in their homes to measure sound vibration and electromagnetism. Oh, the folks meaning the scientists that were surveying the sound. Oh, I think, right? That had to be. So the hearers is what they were called. Sensitive equipment set up in their homes to measure sound, vibration, and electromagnetism. But after extensive testing, nothing definitive was ever found. The hum is indeed a mystery. Jinkies! Jonelle wrote Jinkies in there, and I love it. Oh my gosh. Jonelle, you could be Velma. I'll allow it. I'll allow you to be Velma. Only if I could be Scooby-Doo. Ruh-roh, ruh-roh. I forgot how he sounds. I just know that Shaggy sounds like this, right? Oh, Scoob, Scoob. See, this goes perfectly with our Phenomannouncements. Shaggy would love our Phenomannouncement. Come on. One standout detail from the study, the hearers didn't all describe the same sound. What? That's confusing. Huh? Hum? Perhaps? Some said it was a cicada-like hiss. Others, a jet stream, a swarm of bees, a truck idling nearby, or even a single musical note, an E-flat. Cue the Taos Hum choir. Whoa, that's wild. The swarm of bees sound like it would be like high-pitched, you know what I mean? Oh my God. Wait, no, speaking of, I remember when John and I went to Poland to visit some relatives of mine, and there was a mosquito in one of the rooms we were in, and we couldn't find it, but we could hear it, and it was driving me nuts. So if it's a high-pitched sound like a freaking mosquito, I'd move. I would sell my house and move. There's absolutely zero chance I'm tolerating that. Absolutely not. No. This is the one life I get, and I have to spend it listening to mosquitoes? Absolutely not. Goodbye. Not for me. And apparently not for a lot of these people. The variety of descriptions suggests there might not just be one hum, but several. Or maybe, just maybe, these were subjective experiences, not objective sounds. That's weird. Huh. As for Katanya and her husband, they ended up packing up and moving away for good. Good job, Katanya. See, that's how we do it. We move. I totally understand not everyone might be able to move due to circumstances and whatnot, but I'm sorry. If there was just a never-ending sound, that's reason enough for me. Unless I want to go crazy, which I don't. More so than I already am. So, no thank you. Also, I forgot to mention this, but Merrick's called it a velour suit. I think it's a really cool velvet, like a wizard cape, kind of. Well, it's not a cape, but look at how cool. I feel like I look like a pimp. Like if Merlin was a pimp. Hell yeah. I love it. Anyway, okay, so before we get into the theories, I'm wondering the line about it being a subjective experience versus like objective sounds. So like instead of like one sound being heard by everyone, you're saying maybe it was like a frequency that somehow hit people's ears differently. But then I wonder if like Katanya and her husband could both be like, you hear that, right? You know how it's like we all agree that green is the same color that we're all seeing and we can all identify green as green, except for like colorblind people. Sorry, colorblind people. But like, I wonder if this is similar in that like, how could Katanya and her husband be on the same page and then some people be on the same page, but not others? Interesting. Let's get into the theories. The last theories of season 2. The Taos Hum isn't the only place known to be plagued by mysterious sounds. Have you been to the Appalachian Mountains? Yeah, there's whistles over there. So I pray you do not hear them. And if you do, no, you didn't. Just walk away slowly. Pretend you didn't hear anything. Right? Yes, good. Very good. After Katanya's story made the news, similar reports popped up across the country and around the world. People in dozens of cities, from tiny towns to big urban centers. Well, urban centers, you're going to hear like buses and garbage trucks and, I don't know, the paper boy. Are there still paper boys? I don't know. There's probably paper girls, paper thems. I don't know. Is it just boys? People in dozens of cities, from tiny towns to big urban centers, claimed they could hear strange sounds. High-pitched squeals, low murmurs, faint rumbles. See, but yeah, it's like, did the news story mention that it was a hum or something like a hum? Because you can't just have people calling being like, yes, I hear noise. It's like, cool. Does it fit what these other people are hearing? Because if not, why are you calling? Why are you wasting our time? Because it sounds like some of these people like high-pitched squeals, low murmurs, like that's a big wide range of things. And the explanations were just as varied. Some of these cases were eventually traced back to factories, machines, or distant traffic. Others still unsolved, including the Taos Hum. I added that in there, but I mean, Taos Hum, if it's a phenomenon, then it's still unsolved, right? That's how I look at it. I don't know. Now, you'd think it'd be easy to find the source of a sound. Just follow your ears, right? Not so fast. We live in a constant flood of background noise, most of it going unnoticed until we start paying attention to the sounds and focusing on them. Yes. There are hundreds of potential sources of noises, including traffic, boats, planes, insects, large machines, wind, trains, mining, and other industries. Correct? Truth. It's not nearly as simple as listening for a sound and walking in its direction until you find the source. True, but usually like with like planes and boats and whatever, you can like kind of hear where it's coming from. If it's like above you, below you, next to you, far away, kind of close. Or the Taos Hum just kind of like ever present? I wonder. Some fantastical theories have included UFO and secret military operations, singing aliens. Anyone else thinking of that blue lady from The Fifth Element? No, because Blue Lady. I'm the blue lady. Am I blue lady? I'm wearing blue. I'm a lady. So maybe I am the blue lady. Fifth Element, I don't think I've ever seen that, but I should. Or perhaps roaming souls eventually make their way to Taos and join the choir. Shrek 2 fairy godmother's voice. Put it in E flat. Pick number 3, my lord. Love it. So good. Many researchers suggest the answer may be found in the inner world of a person's experience, like Inception or Doctor Strange, instead of the outer world of factories and heavy equipment. That's what makes me uncomfortable. It's like everyone is experiencing it differently, but then how are like Katanya and her husband hearing the same thing potentially? Or if they can both agree that they should move, like I feel like it would make it way harder if Katanya was the only one hearing it. But then obviously the husband would have to like be a good husband and be like, okay, if you're hearing it and it's driving you crazy, let's move. But I do wonder if he could hear it too. You know what I mean? You can't just like chalk everything up to women having hysteria, okay? Can't work all the time. They tried, trust me. Friggin' giving people lobotomies and whatever. Though we may not notice it, our ears sometimes create their own noises, and because the sounds are subtle and we're constantly surrounded by sound in everyday life, we don't hear them until it's very quiet or we're listening carefully. I do get like a ringing in my ear sometimes, and I know that that's subjective, then that usually goes away. So, but if it's called the Taos Hum, I would assume most people described what sounds like a hum. Interesting. Or like a constant hum? I don't know. The phenomenon known as spontaneous autoacoustic emissions might explain some of the hearer's reports. Not to be confused with auditory disorders like tinnitus, which causes a ringing in the ear and is often a symptom of hearing loss caused by exposure to excessively loud noises like music festivals or gunshots. Oof, really bad for the gunshots part. But music festivals, Jodelle just went to EDC. I love it. I've been to EDC like 3 times. I love it. Love it, love it, love it.
I don't think my old bones can handle it anymore. I'm not as spry as I once was. But when I went, boy, was it the best.
I camped there, and I remember falling asleep on like the floor because I camped, but like it was like glamping because it was like air conditioned and it was really great. But when you laid down to sleep, it was very, very close to like where they were playing the music, so it was just like It's really annoying. I don't think I'd be able to handle it now. I need everything, like I need like my fan on and I have my cooling blanket. Like I'm very specific in my old age, but back then I could fall asleep in a park and be totally fine. The sound of the wind blowing, it was great. That's why you see a lot of people wearing like headphones, and babies, especially babies. If you bring a baby to a music festival, which I've seen babies at music festivals, let's be real, we're millennial parents, so hello, it's to be expected. But they always have these little like protective little baby hearing like headphones on, which is cute, so that they don't get tinnitus. Tinnitus. I don't know. Still, the fact that only a small number of people reported hearing the Taos Hum adds another twist. Oh yeah, only 2%. I wonder if they're the only ones that could hear it. We're like attuned to the frequency. I don't know. Is it that 98% of people in Taos have bad hearing? See? Or are the hearers just unusually sensitive? Interesting. I guess that is the big question. It's also possible the hum is kind of an auditory hallucination, maybe even a shared one. A little bit of group psychosis, anyone? Ooh, that's another good theory. Like group hysteria, but auditory hysteria? At least it's not like hearing whispers and sounds. That would when you have like schizophrenia or whatever. Not saying all schizophrenia is like this or presents like this, but when you have auditory hallucinations that present with schizophrenia that are like paranoid sounds, like whispers, that's awful. Oh my God, I would not be able to stand that. That sounds terrible. But then like, if you just hear a hum, but then like multiple people hear it, so then obviously like if I turned to John and was like, do you hear that? And he was like, yes, then I'd be like, okay, great, then it's a thing. But then if I like told the news and then the news reported that only 2% of other people were hearing it and like most of my neighbors didn't hear it, but I heard it all the time, I would think I'm losing my mind. So that's wild. I can't imagine hearing it and trying to like get other people to even understand what it might be that you're hearing. Maybe it's just like hyper awareness to sounds. They should have done like a hearing test and see if they'd had better hearing in any capacity, or if it's like a frequency thing, like the aliens. Like what if the aliens are emitting a certain frequency that it's only audible by certain people that have certain electromagnetic waves going on in their brains or something? I don't know. Interesting. These days, there's a crowdsourced project called the Worldwide Hum. People across the globe log where and when they hear it. Is it the same sound every time? The map is dotted with reports, especially in North America and Europe. Whoa. So it started in Taos, but yeah, like other people were hearing it around the world, and now everyone's like, you're not crazy because we're also hearing it over here. That's wild. So then I do wonder if it has to do with like just you can hear better than other people. I don't know. It comes with a curse though. It seems like a superpower to be able to have that good of hearing, but if it makes it so that it's never quiet for you, oh my God, I can't imagine. One trend, people who hear the hum tend to hear it everywhere they go. Oh, that's terrible. They just have to like live with this. You know what that reminds me of? You know when people, after they had COVID, they had to live with like not being able to taste or smell anything? Or no, it was even worse. It wasn't even that they couldn't taste or smell anything. It was, I forgot the name of it, but it was the condition where everything you smell and tastes bad, tastes like garbage and like rotten food, like no matter what. That's awful. That is terrible. That is kind of what it reminds me of, because that was just like an ever-present thing that was like some people, like when I had COVID the first time, I also couldn't taste or smell, but then I got it back, thankfully. But some people, it's just gone forever, like, or it's just definitely not back the way it used to be. So I'm so sorry if you are a person that hears it. If you are, please let us know, because I'm so curious. That is so interesting. Once a hearer, always a hearer. Dang. So either you hear it or you don't. Wow. That's wild. I did not know about the Taos Hum, or the fact that it extended beyond Taos, or that it wasn't even a hum all the time. Interesting. No, you know about it too. Fun. I liked learning about a new phenomenon. Cool. So the mystery of Taos is especially strange because it doesn't affect everyone. And even among those it does, some are repelled while others are drawn to it. Interesting. You know what's weird is that like I took like a yoga class for like 2 credits in college, and one of the classes they played like a hum, like an om, and I really didn't like it. There was some weird effect. Like I said, I'm very weirdly sensitive to certain sounds. And there was something about the om that just like, I did not jive with it. It made me so uncomfortable. And I damn near like walked out of the class. Whereas everyone else was like, oh my God, it's so relaxing. It helps me really get into the meditative space. I was like, please turn this off. It was terrible. I don't know why. That's weird. But then some people are like, oh, you just have to quiet your mind. It's your mind. I'm like, no, I'm pretty sure it's the coming from the speakers that you're literally playing deliberately. Don't try to gaslight me into thinking it's my mind. Come on. With this, it's not coming out of any speakers. It's just everywhere. All over. Everywhere you go. Every step you take. Just kidding. That's the Taos Hum for you. Haters will say it's a hoax, a cry for attention, but whether it's real, imagined, or something in between, the Taos Hum will keep buzzing as long as there are hearers to hear it. Whoa. I wonder if like this is a generational thing. Like if people like in the same family are hearers. I don't know. I gotta look this up. If you're one of these people, you have to let me know. I have to interview you. I must know. I have to know everything about it now. So write in or comment on this video. However you want to communicate with us. You can also telepathically send me a message. Maybe I can get it. I don't know. I'll try really, really, really hard. And I'll let you know if I hear it. Ooh. Whoa. But not the Taos Hum, thankfully. Curious to find out if you're a hearer? Plan your trip to Taos using our Expedia affiliate link. I want to go and see if I hear it, if I hear anything weird in Taos. I didn't hear anything weird in Albuquerque, so that's good. All right, get ready for the link. It's expedia.com/affiliate/capital T, lowercase q, capital C, lowercase s, capital M, 8, and then L, I think. I don't think that's a 1. I think that's an L or capital I. I can't tell, honestly. So much for giving you the affiliate link. Sorry. I feel like I'm reading out the freaking Wi-Fi password from like a back of a router. I'm like, you get all that? So yeah, try either one of those. But I want to check it out because we could probably like drive there. And then for Expedia, you can like book hotels too. So I'd be down to see how much we get off. So give it a shot. Let us know. We can't wait to hear about your experience in a future Phenomena episode. Yay! Great plug, Janelle. Love it. Ooh, I'm excited. Let's get into this week's Pokepic. All right. This week's Pokepic is Screamtail. What is Screamtail? What? That's crazy. Screamtail? Huh? Pokedex entry. There has only been one reported sighting of this Pokemon. It resembles a mysterious creature depicted in an old expedition journal. Huh. Whoa. Is it a tail that screams? In context, rarity of encounters, ancient in nature, pleasant and ferocious looking at the same time. Huh. Oh, but like, see, that kind of goes along with like the Taos Hum and how it's like drawn to it. Some people are drawn to it. Some people are repelled by it. Interesting. I like that. I need to go look up what Screamtail looks like ASAP because I don't think I know this Pokemon, but I love it already. As mentioned, you can communicate with us in a variety of ways, including, but not limited to, commenting on this episode. Of course, subscribing to follow along with new episodes, sending us an email at phenomena.cases@gmail.com. You can join our free Patreon and join our Discord. Friend of the pod now, a new Patreon, Tim just joined. Yay, Tim! So exciting. Thank you so much for joining. There's a 7-day like free trial thing, and he joined the $2 a month Patreon, which is so nice. I really appreciate it. It's $2 out of their pocket, but it means so much to me because it really just keeps me going. You know what I mean? So thank you. More than anything, it's the like someone believes in me. Yay. So really appreciate it. Thank you so much. And thank you to the 3 other patrons, those being my mom, my father-in-law-to-be, and a good friend of the pod as well, Andy, who has been a TikTok mutual of mine and comments on a lot of stuff, which is great. Thanks, Andy. I appreciate you. And now Tim, yay! So join the Patreon if you want. But there's also a free Patreon that gives you access to the Discord, and we talk about really cool stuff on the Discord. So check it out. I also post on Patreon. So it kind of is like a little blog. I post like the Pokepic. So if you want to see like our little, like all the Pokepics from all the episodes ever, go to Patreon. I also post it in different channels on Discord. We have a Pokepic channel and like a favorite GIF channel. I'll post my favorite GIF on there. It's fun. It's fun. It's cool. Ooh. Oh, this is a new thing that we added to the script. Want to wear your love of Phenomena on your sleeve? Yes, please. Check out our merch. We've got some dope-ass hoodies that show your support and keep your curiosity going. Yeah. Check out our merch. It's super fun. I bought all three, and I can say all three are very good quality. I like them a lot. Very good. If you choose to get the acid wash one, I would order up because it comes a little bit smaller than expected, I would say. But other than that, everything is great. Highly recommend. This is good products. Good soup. I love that. Visit phenomena.merch.myshopify.com. See, that's an easier URL to remember and to type in to grab yours today. Check out. We have 3 types of hoodies to choose from. So let me know which one you like. That concludes season 2. Crazy. Next week, we're going to be posting the Phenomena episode, for which I've gotten a lot of different submissions, so to speak. I'm super excited to read them all. Very, very great. Also, Psycor, Ben, Benevolent, on YouTube, who's a good friend of mine now. They comment on all of my videos. It's great. I love hearing what they think about each episode, and it's super engaging to like be able to talk to someone back and forth. They wrote in a comment in one of the episodes, like something that started to sound like a personal story as I was reading it, and then I stopped and I was like, oh, I'm going to save this for the Phenomena episode. So Ben, I have one from you. Very exciting. So I saved it, and then I got a couple via email. So like I said, feel free to give us your Phenomena episodes. I want to hear your personal experiences. If you've heard anything like the Taos Hum or like a weird sound, let me know. And as always, remember, you can always explore the rabbit hole without falling all the way down. I'll see you next week for the Phenomena episode. And thank you so much for watching all of season 2 of Phenomena. Yay! We'll come back with season 3 shortly. But before then, Phenomena. Love it. Thanks, guys. Bye.